Yo, I gotta make sure my shit not like. Hold on. Yo. I ain't gonna lie, so wait. Yo. Damn. Listen, I did not plan nothing for this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I just been feeling to just start streaming and just go type shit. Like I don't care about the intro. I don't care about none of that. So I just been feeling to start stream and just go. Like that's how I've been feeling. But I got a video I want to watch. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this video dad just made me start streaming just now. Cause I don't know, bro. I don't know. I've just been thinking. Hold on, I need to get my chat up here. How do I get my YouTube chat up here? Oh, nah, I can get it like this. It's kind of cool. Hold on. YouTube. I bet I'm about to watch this video. I was dead just watching it. Where is it at? History.
It's set.
I hope this shit not loud. I hope it's dead not loud. Wait, how do I gameplay? Let's go. How to unfuck your brain. Listen, my brain was fucked before I started stream. I ain't know what to do on stream, but listen, you better just get on this shit. Just watch. I ain't gonna lie, we probably gonna watch the videos like play a game or something like that. But let's really make the best out of this. You know, just hop on and just do whatever. Let's just move as we go, cause nigga, we gonna make it regardless. Thing I'm telling you. So, fuck it.
It's 7 p.m. January 1st.
Oh, full screen.
The year you achieve those goals. Get the freedom you've always desired and actually make something of yourself. So you're sat at your desk, laptop open, working on your new business. At least that's what you told yourself. And after 48 YouTube videos, 3 hours later, you're still sat there. Nothing achieved. No real progress made. Most people want to get fit. Most people want to build a successful business. And the reality is, they won't. And the reason why
not everybody will
do these things is because their brains are fucked. And if your brain's fucked, well, you're fucked. In order to build anything great, you must have the ability to focus. Focus on one particular task for hours, days, weeks on end. And if your brain is fucked, how do you expect to do that? So,
facts. How?
Your brain.
Let me know.
One, you're distracted. I think we can all agree that having focus is vital in building anything great. So, what is focus?
That's a fact,
it's the ability to dedicate 100% of your...
That's a fact, cause I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of niggas be being they shit, bro. And I'm telling you, the more you beat your shit, the more you gonna lose. Like, the more you beat your shit, the more you're not gonna be focused. Like, I'm telling y'all, y'all niggas are better off just edging, gang. Y'all just better off edging and not finishing, cause like beating y'all shit is ruining y'all brains, bro. I don't want to be another one of them niggas, bro, but I'm just saying, like it's really ruining y'all brains. So y'all need to chill, bro. Like, stop beating y'all shit. Stop.
Attention to one singular thing. And so if you're not focused, you must be paying attention to multiple things, otherwise known as distractions. And quite frankly, we're all losing the ability to focus. We're all distracted. Simply put, we can't do anything anymore without multiple streams of input. I can bet you've already scrolled down to the comments, checked your phone, and when you do shit like that, without realizing it, your brain...
He got me, yo. He got me, like, yo, the amount of, like, nigga, when TikTok was banned, bro, do you know the amount of times I went to click on TikTok when I was on it? And the thing about it, bro, I got two monitors, bro. I got one monitor watching something, the other monitor on a game, and then I'm on my phone trying to watch TikTok. Like, nigga, do y'all understand how bad that is? But it's like we just gotta understand that, like, bro, that's just the way the world is, bro. That's the way the world is now. Like, it's so much shit around us that, like, we just get distracted by. So, shit, fucking, nigga, I'm still alive, I'm still breathing. Thanks to God.
Brainwashing yourself, training your own mind to need overstimulation, to only function with distractions. And with a brain like that, how the fuck are you planning on staying focused?
Alright, so let me know how to fix it, nigga. What the fuck? Alright, bet. Let me know.
Phone, switch it off, and leave it in another room. Then leave it.
Like, nigga, how is that gonna help me? Are you dumb, nigga? Nigga said put my phone in the other room. Yo, this nigga want me to read a book. Like, but what do you want me to do? Like, you expect me to not be on my phone for, like, like, hey, yo, I don't want to hear none of these niggas talking about some, oh, you can't be on your phone for less than 5 minutes. Nigga, I need to be on my phone. Like, bro, I need to be on my phone, bro. For you to tell me that, like, to put my phone in the other room, that's crazy. I'm not putting my phone in the other room. They're not. Putting my phone in the other room is literally just, like, but what's the point of putting your phone in the other room? That's kind of like the most dumbest shit ever. I'm not putting my phone in the other room.
There for 24 hours.
Hi.
You'll soon find out you're addicted, not to the phone, but the distraction. You're addicted.
He just told me to put my phone in the other room for 24 hours.
To distraction. And if you continue to feed this addiction, none of this video really matters. You won't reach your goal. So to stop this addiction, you're gonna go through a 30-day protocol. Now, each day of this protocol will be split up into 30-minute segments. From 1 a.m. to 12 p.m., 30-minute segments. Then as you go about your 30 days, simply track what you did in each of those 30 minutes. By the end of it, you should have clear data of what pointless shit you do in your life. Then all that's
video games, Netflix, scroll TikTok, sleep in, and smoke weed. Now, is it bad that, like, that's not half bad? I mean, my nigga, if you got a job and doing all this shit, is it really that bad? Like, I mean, it just really depends on, like, it really depends on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got no money and you're doing shit like this, I bet, nigga, your brain's fucked. You're done, nigga. Log off, nigga. Your life's over. But look, your life's not over. I don't like saying that shit about people, but, like, nigga, if you do all this, bro, I'm not even gonna lie, most of us do all this shit. Let's be for real. Everybody in the world does all this shit. You can't tell me this at this point. This is really basic human shit, nigga. Like, if you're a human, you don't do this shit, you're not a human, gang. I'm that ass, like, and it's like, if you don't play games, nigga. Like, for example, right, if you're not playing games, nigga, it's a nigga watching Netflix. If a nigga don't like Netflix, he gonna be scrolling through TikTok. If a nigga don't want to scroll through TikTok, he gonna sleep in. If a nigga don't want to sleep in, he gonna smoke weed. I'm like,
left to do is remove the pointless shit. Sounds simple, but what have you really got to lose? So just try it out. Part 2, you're probably confused. Most people don't know what to do with their life. And this is because they don't know what they want. And when you don't know what you want, you can't know what to do. And when you can't know what to do but know there's things to do, you're left confused. And this is the stage where most people stay their entire lives. They either never work on anything great because they don't know where to start, or work on the wrong thing their entire life and have nothing to show for it but regret.
That's a fact, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. If you don't have a goal in your life, nigga, like I said earlier, nigga, log off. What the fuck? How you living your life without a goal, nigga? Log off, nigga.
And this stage we're talking about is commonly referred to as the anti-zone. Most probably where you are right now. That stage in your life where you don't know what to do but want to do something, but you don't know what or how to get there, so you don't do anything. That's the anti-zone. And to get out of this stage in your life, you need to do one very simple thing. You need to enter the zone. Now, the zone
into
is
the
a place
flow
that's
state.
highly recognized by your favorite
The flow
athletes and
state.
business owners. And according to a study back in 1989,
The
the
flow
single
state.
happiest place a human could be. So, what is it? Well, most likely you've experienced it before. It's that feeling you get when you're lost in something, like when you're playing a video game. When you're so deep in the task at hand, the outside world just doesn't seem to exist. Now imagine you had that feeling all the time, locked in, focused with zero distraction. Now that's where we're aiming to be here. No more confusion, just total focus on achieving your goal. And to get that, all you really need to do is clearly define some things. First, where do you actually want to go? No bullshit, don't overcomplicate it. Just stare at your wall and think until you have your answer. Then when you have that clearly defined, simply figure out
told me
the
stare
steps
at my
to get
wall.
there. And
Was this video even worth it? Like
steps every day. You'll remain in the zone until you've reached your destination. Because think about it, all the zone really is a hyper state of focus. Focus on one specific task with steady progress being made.
I'm in the zone right now, nigga.
Part 3, your diet is shit. As a human, we operate inside a system.
Nigga gonna start talking about sleep by fucking eating. Nigga, you can't tell me not to eat. I'm dead ass. Like you cannot tell me not to eat. That's one thing you can't tell me not to do. If you tell me not to eat, you're high. You ain't what the fuck. Alright, listen. Another video. We gotta just.
How old is this girl? This girl is 45. So yes, this.
Alright, another video that's, I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm kind of on my motivational arc right now. So like, another video of motivation. Let's see if this video is really good like the other one.
Here's another quick tutorial on how to ruin the rest of your life. Step
Let
1.
me know.
Close your body language. Go throughout life with a closed body.
Nigga, is that 10 head? Is that 10 high? Is that Eric?
Language. Slouch your shoulders. Keep your head down. Don't make eye contact. Don't give anybody the impression that you're someone they can talk to or someone they can trust. Appearing socially unreceptive will reduce the amount of friends you make and keep spontaneous human interaction to a minimum, which is great. Now hopefully everyone can just get out of your way and leave you alone.
I don't know, man, but like sometimes like being alone kind of tough though. Like I know, bro. Like niggas like being alone. Like a lot of niggas like being alone, which hey, who knows? That shit could be fucking horrible, nigga. Like being alone probably isn't the best. But a lot of people like being alone, bro.
Step 2. Check your phone. When in doubt, check your phone, even if you don't know why. Always look occupied so you don't have to interact with anybody you're not.
This video about to get me mad, bro.
It could be awkward or unpredictable, so don't risk it. Tickle your brainstem whenever you don't know what to do. Make this your default. Do it so often that you genuinely forget how people are supposed to interact, further solidifying this automatic behavior. Step 3. Be late. Never be early.
Video get me mad. Fuck this shit. I got a video I actually want to watch though. What the fuck is this shit? I'm not watching this shit.
In 2013, two kids named Timothy Brooks and Neil Scott had dreams of becoming drug kingpins. They both had recently graduated from Haverford High School, a prestigious $35,000 a year private school located in the suburbs of Philadelphia, with alums including Olympic athletes, award-winning actors, and more. It was one of the finest academic institutions in the country, and these two guys wanted to control every single drug being sold there. Through strategic planning,
They selling drugs to a high school?
the duo grew their operation from a small-time hustle into a full-blown drug ring, recruiting numerous high schoolers and college students to push their product. But their efforts didn't end at Haverford. They set their sights on dominating the entire Philadelphia suburban drug market, targeting numerous local high schools and colleges in the process. But as their ambitions grew, so did the risks that eventually spiraled into one of the most shocking drug busts in private school history. The township of Haverford is a
Yo, I get this ad almost every single fucking day. Why are these niggas giving me ads about an ad blocker? Your job is to get rid of the ads. Why are you putting it in an advertisement, nigga? You're part of the problem, nigga. I could go back. These niggas think putting Minecraft music in a fucking sunset in my face is gonna ignore the fact that these niggas gave me an ad for a fucking ad blocker. Nigga, suck my dick.
Tranquil one, to say the least. With a population of just over 6,500 engulfed in its tree-lined streets, well-maintained lawns, and family-friendly atmosphere, most would consider it the perfect place to raise a family. But this safe, idealistic neighborhood doesn't come without a cost. The average annual income of a household in Haverford is over $266 grand. Pair that with an average home price of around $1.2 million, and it's clear that every kid in this neighborhood has a cocaine addiction. It's a joke, but the families that live here are pretty above average in terms of wealth, which makes it the perfect place for an institution like Haverford High School. This prestigious all-boys prep school is known as one of the finest high schools in the country. And
yo, I ain't gonna lie, like, all-boys school sounds fucking ridiculous, nigga. And it's not even the fact that, like, it's not even the fact that there isn't girls around, my nigga. It's the fact that, like, bro, it's just a whole bunch of fucking dick and balls everywhere, bro. Like, for it, like, that's the thing about it, like, bro, niggas going to an old boy school. It's fucking crazy. I could not go to an old boy school because that's just like, nigga, I'm around so much fucking man. I'm gonna forget what a girl look like, and it's not even because I want a girl, nigga. It's because, nigga, why am I around so much men? Niggas are weird. But I'm not even gonna lie though. To think about it, an old boy school could be tough though, because it's like, niggas don't got no girls to impress. You know, you know how it's always that one nigga who, if whenever there's a girl around, he act out, we act different. It's not gonna be no niggas like that there, because there's not no girls to act out around. Nigga, like, it's not gonna be no girls to act out around. So like, maybe, nigga, like, it might be better. But nigga, I don't know, bro. Like, old boy school just sounds fucking crazy.
Produced all-star humans like gold medal Olympians, MLB players, actors, singers, Super Bowl champions, congressmen, Ivy League professors, and more. It's highly regarded by families in the township as it boasts a strong sense of local pride, active community involvement, and excellent school. Hence the price tag of $35,000 a year.
I don't know, send that nigga to public school
for just high school, but it seemed to be worth it for these parents, and especially their kids. One graduate claimed it was an absolutely incredible school to the point where it was perfect. A statement that a kid named Neil Scott would agree with. Despite this story taking place in the lavish Haverford Township, Neil actually grew up in a modest one-story home in Paoli, Pennsylvania, about a 19-minute drive from Haverford. His father, who was a carpenter, sent him to Conestoga High School, a way less expensive but very respectable high school. Here, he played lacrosse and was pretty good at it. So good, in fact, that Haverford recruited him on scholarship his junior year to play goalie for them. He started playing lacrosse and water polo while, of course, also receiving all the benefits of his new prestigious institution. To most of his classmates, he seemed like a typical high schooler, a funny, sarcastic kid who enjoyed the occasional toke and solo cup party. But after he graduated in 2008,
they call that shit toke.
Whether it was the pressures of adult life creeping up on him, something going on at home, or whatever else, Neil was starting to become a different person. He attended Connecticut College fresh out of high school, and as you could have guessed, played lacrosse for them. But it seemed like he deteriorated from the all-star goalie he used to be. His teammates described him as a mediocre athlete at best, some even going as far as labeling him terrible. He would also get pissed off abnormally often. I remember him getting heated, Like, if you fucked with him or whatever, he would kind of snap. Neil stopped playing lacrosse after a single season.
That's what that ganja do to some niggas, man.
Typical college life of partying, smoking copious amounts of weed, and making fake IDs. Okay, you probably didn't make fake IDs in college, but if you did, thank you for your service. But Neil making fake IDs got him kicked out of school after just 3 semesters of attending, and he was left with nothing to do. With no concrete plan in mind, he moved to San Diego and stayed in a bungalow on a beach to flee the drugs and trouble back home. Smart move to move to California when you're trying to get away from drugs. But thankfully, one of his old Haverford lacrosse coaches was able to get him a coaching job at the LAX West lacrosse program. He worked there for a little bit while also holding a job at a medical marijuana dispensary. So
damn, he like weed that much,
before
nigga?
moving to another coaching position, this time at a youth program. But like his college career, that didn't last long either. Only 2 months into the position, he cursed at a 10-year-old child, revealing his anger issues had stayed with him from college. After being fired, he once again fell into his...
Yo, a nigga cursing at your kid is real life crazy, gang. Cause like, we that ass do like we that ass way different than girls though. But like, bro, a nigga cursing at your kid is crazy. Cause it's like he really looked at your kid with fucking anger in his eyes and said whatever the fuck he wanted to say. At that point, nigga, you gotta put that nigga in a fucking chokehold. Nigga, you gotta. No, that angle was fucking crazy. What the hell? Fuck it.
his old routine of being a drug, but this time with harder drugs like Xanax and other prescription pills. His boss at the youth program said it best. He started losing grip with reality. With seemingly all hope lost, Neil moved back to Philadelphia with absolutely no clue what his future held. Well, except for one idea. When he returned home by
What's your problem, bro?
late fall of 2013, with no cash in his pockets, he hit up an old Haverford teammate, a guy named Stocky Euler, and pitched a genius money-making idea. Yo, Stocky, it's Neil from Ageford. Just got back from Cali, got a bunch of greens. Know anyone around Philly who might be interests? Ha ha ha, yo, brother, how are you? Like, weight? Doing pretty well, man. Yeah, got a lot of weight. Constant supply. Great numbers. So yeah, Neil's fantastic.
Niggas start selling weed. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, getting weed from a white nigga is that crazy though? Getting weed from a white nigga, cause I'm not even gonna lie. Like, do white niggas really like? Do they really like got good weed, bro? I mean, shit, nigga, I wouldn't know. Nigga, I don't smoke.
Fantastic idea was to deal drugs. However, Stocky wasn't going to be Neil's partner in all of this. A kid named Timothy Brooks was. Timothy had a very different...
That nigga do not look like a fucking Timothy, bro. That nigga look like a Brock. Bro, niggas like that, like niggas whose names don't match how they look be crazy as shit. That nigga do not look like a Timothy, bro. That nigga look like a fucking Brock.
upbringing than Neil, and by different, I mean he was way more loaded. He grew up in Villanova, Pennsylvania, where there are wide, leafy streets, houses far enough apart to where you don't have to talk to your neighbors, and an average household income of over $400,000. His father, who was an executive at a local HR firm, had more than enough means to afford Haverford High School for his son, and it's safe to say his son enjoyed it thoroughly. Timothy was your typical cool kid type of guy at Haverford. He was the captain of the lacrosse team, played squash and golf on the side, and was super successful in anything he did.
Fucking typical white nigga, bro. This is the fucking stereotypical white nigga. Nigga, captain. Yo, this is like some movie shit. This nigga's a movie character, bro. This nigga isn't a movie character. He played lacrosse captain with Africa. He played lacrosse, captain of the lacrosse team. He played golf on the side. What else? His father made like $700,000 a year I wouldn't be surprised that nigga work in Congress, nigga. Like, this nigga is the typical white nigga, bro.
And to top off the persona, he hated school. If someone ever decides to write like Shakespeare again, they should be beat up. His gifted athletic abilities landed him a lacrosse scholarship at the University of Richmond, a school he claimed was everything he wanted. The school has a great academic reputation, is in a perfect region, and the campus is awesome. Life was perfect for Timothy. But less than a month into his freshman year at college, disaster struck. Like Neil, Timothy had to drop out of school almost as quickly as he got there, but not for the same reason. He sustained a terrible shoulder injury, an injury so bad that it required serious surgery and him to drop out of Richmond. This was a devastating blow to Timothy. Lacrosse
his shit was so bad he had to drop out.
At the sport, but this career-ending injury put him in a dark place. A place where he thought that dealing drugs with Neil was a fantastic idea. While sitting in his childhood bedroom, bored out of his mind, Timothy was desperate to earn some money to get out on his own. Even though he smoked in high school, he had never dealt drugs or shown interest in it at all. But him not having lacrosse anymore threw all logic out the window. It's not clear how Neil and Timothy got in contact.
That's what happened when the only thing you had, when you only had one thing in life, man. This nigga had lacrosse and nothing else. Now he's selling drugs as a white nigga. I'm not even calling this nigga Timothy. This nigga name is Brock. I said earlier, this nigga name is Brock. He is not Timothy.
Maybe Neil hit up Timothy in the same way he did Stocky. But regardless of how they reconnected, they started to formulate a plan around the fall of 2013 to push some serious amounts of product. And I mean it when I say serious. Neil and Timothy weren't going to be the stereotypical college dropouts who slung dime bags to 16-year-olds. No, they wanted to control the entire drug market within the Philadelphia suburbs, including all high schools and colleges. Timothy texted Scott, "Every nug on the main line is about to come from you and me. We will crush it. Once you go tax-free, it's hard to go back." The main line that Timothy was talking about was the Philadelphia main line, a collection of 17 wealthy towns just west of Philadelphia that included Haverford and Villanova. Timothy named their newfound operation the Main Line Takeover Project, solidifying their ambition of becoming drug kingpins for the wealthy. But to have an operation this big, you need to have some sort of concrete plan. The duo knew this and started to plan out what the operation would look like, starting with defining their home base. They landed on using Neil's apartment, a cramped one-bedroom place on the second floor of a flimsy-looking rental house less than 900 feet from Haverford. It seemed like an okay spot, especially considering no one would ever go near it because it was, quote, covered in like 500 dog turds, according to his neighbors. This is where pounds of weed from California would be shipped, thanks to Neil's connections, which he made from working in the dispensary. The duo would take this weed and repackage it for distribution while also dealing within the apartment.
Nigga, this is illegal?
Probably pretty clutch for Haverford students.
But I know selling drugs is illegal. But like, I'm asking, like, is it illegal? No, like, how could I say that? Don't make me sound fucking dumb. I know selling drugs is illegal, but like, it's like,
I mean, they could literally stroll out of 7th period and be less than 3 football fields away from snagging some bud. But okay, the base of operations was set in stone. But how are they going to take over?
I love Monday.com.
What's Monday.com?
You don't know Monday.com? This is...
No, I don't.
For the main line's drug supply. It's not like they had any connections to the drug dealing world, so what would they do? Well, they utilized the only connections they had left. The Haverford lacrosse team. You see, the elite school's lacrosse program was a tight-knit group. The powerhouse team thought of themselves as elite and had their own culture. A culture that was bound together by recreational drug use.
Damn, that shit gets that deep in lacrosse.
Said which one parties the most, it's the lacrosse guys. And the duo planned on fully utilizing that aspect of their bond to get their old teammates to
get that deep.
Timothy and Neil's plan had them jittering with excitement. I mean, they both had similar stories. A great high school life, a dark turn post-graduation, and now a need for a sense of accomplishment. They had the motivation to accomplish something. But after they lost what they loved doing, they didn't know what that something could be. But now they did. According to an ex-coach from Haverford, most alumni go on to become great fathers and husbands and give back to the prep school in the form of money or time. But instead of those things, the duo was going to give back drugs. In October 2013, Neil and Timothy officially began the Mainline Takeover Project, and got off to a decent start. Neil successfully recruited 2 lacrosse friends right off the bat, a 23-year-old named Chester Simmons, and, as we saw before, a 23-year-old named Stocky Euler. Timothy, on the other hand, brought in a senior at Haverford named Dan McGrath, a guy Timothy described as a highly motivated poor kid. Just convinced my Haverford guy to build his empire and stop Gramps. Sounds good to me, like those kinds of kids. But of course, these kids weren't the only ones dealing. Neil and Timothy were putting in equal, if not more effort to push product. And the kids that came by home base to cop knew they weren't fucking around. One kid who bought from them remembered climbing up the creaky wooden staircase of Neil's apartment and entering his living room to see the ounce of weed he was buying next to a 9mm handgun. He had his guns out in plain view, the guy recalls. White kids see a gun.
You see, these niggas drag me, bro. They got guns on the table and shit. Like, these niggas, I ain't gonna lie, alright, bro. They was about their money, but the fact that they pulling out guns and shit, and then they just have it on the table like they some mafia member, my nigga. Like, bro, okay, you're dragging, nigga. You're dragging, nigga. Like, bro, cause nigga, at that point, nigga, I'm leaving. Nigga, I'm like, nah, you can't leave, bro, cause you know, bro, you know how these niggas who want power be, bro. They see you trying to leave, they gonna try to shoot you, nigga. So it's like, nah, like,
myself included, and they're not going to cause a problem. Now, personally, I wouldn't be the type of guy to keep buying drugs from a crackhead-looking fella with a gun, but this threatening aura seemed to work. Over the first few months in operation, the mainline takeover project...
Nobody snitched, nigga, because high school kids.
Timothy kept supplying his 18-year-old senior, and Neil would drive ounces to Lafayette and Gettysburg College to supply Chester and Stocky, while also continuing their efforts to recruit more high school kids. Timothy and Neil were drooling at the opportunity on their hands, and they were already dreaming bigger. I don't know what you make in a week, but I want to make $2,000 if I do this. And there are still a lot of holes to fill because I have to grow my business. I'll be straight with you on how I flip it, and we can work out the numbers. I'll help you with whatever I can. 2,000 is definitely feasible. Like I said, I'm trying to start a business, and I'm learning how to run this one well. Just have to find the right people.
No, you put a mash into
Everything has a way of falling into line. Yeah, the question is, can I find the right guy that can run that operation? And it turns out they found a ton more people that can do it. Timothy and Neil were getting really good at recruiting more people into their operation and expanding their network of sub-dealers. Timothy took
more niggas that's gonna snitch, bro.
Dealers wherever they needed it while being ultra professional with his interactions. And by professional, I mean like legit business professional. He would visit various high schools in the main line, such as Lower Merion, Radnor, and Harriton, and
Lower
high
Merion
schoolers while wearing a full-blown suit and playing up the bling aspect of his trade. While showing these kids the large amounts of pot he had, he would convince them to join the operation by offering drugs on credit and being very relaxed with his enforcement. My mainline takeover project is coming together fast, and I'm telling all of my guys I never want their schools to be dry, cause I always got pissed as shit when I couldn't find Bud. This last week made me realize how much I love money. Yes, he would keep in close contact with his guys and make sure there was never a drought of drugs within his high schools, but he never issued any threats. Unlike Neil, this man took a way more aggressive approach, constantly pushing his guys to identify new customers and carrying a menacing tone when they didn't do what he wanted. You have a $1,000 bounty on your head. I will find you. Piece of shit. Heard you ripped off more people on your campus. Between the nice guy and dickhead approach, the duo was quickly expanding into many more high schools and colleges. They tapped into 5 different high schools and 3 colleges while recruiting 9 total sub-dealers in the process. Not bad for being in business for only 4 months. With their now enlarged network of drug-dealing kids and more money coming in from offering different products like cocaine and ecstasy, the guys couldn't have been happy with how things were going. When you were a senior at Haverford, did you ever think you could pull that? Only dreamed it. There is a much bigger market than just a pound at each of these schools. Conestoga alone is a couple a week. Neil and Timothy finally had a sense of accomplishment in their life. All of their hardships were in the past, and now all they could think about doing was tackling more schools, slinging more drugs, and growing the mainline takeover project as much as they could. This operation was everything they could have asked for, but in the
these niggas dreamed of that shit.
All came crumbling down. It turns out that while the duo was actively growing their operation, the Montgomery County's narcotics enforcement team was actively building a case against them. In January 2014, less than 2 months after the genesis of the mainline takeover project, the NET was hot on their trail, piecing together their operation from the ground up. And it wasn't a hard one to piece together at all. You see, Timothy and Neil might have had a great education in the traditional sense, but they didn't grow up as drug dealers. Simply put, they had absolutely no fucking clue how to run a drug operation. Sure, they were recruiting sub-dealers fast and moving weight quickly, but they didn't think about protecting themselves at all. All of their sub-dealers used their personal cell phones to communicate, phones that were easy to track down by the NET after
these niggas
receiving
is
some
dumb.
anonymous tips. The team was able to pinpoint 4 of the duo's sub-dealers and set up controlled drug buys to capture them. The first was a 17-year-old nicknamed MGM, who was known for flexing his shoe collection and posting about his drug.
Nah, yo, these cops would be like,
Dealing on
they be
its
on
own.
it.
How dumb can you get? When MGM's controlled buy took place, he tried to save grace by launching his jars of weed out of his childhood bedroom, but the jars literally landed in the arms of a detective and he was arrested shortly after. The
Dumbass.
remaining 3 dealers were successfully caught too, and according to police, all of them admitted to dealing, sending incriminatory text messages, and would later snitch on Neil and Timothy. The NET now had more than enough
what do they
information
think,
to
bro?
confront the duo. Timothy was up first and was shell-shocked when detectives knocked on his childhood home and arrested him on February 28, 2014. Luckily for him, he didn't really have much on him, just a pound of kush and $800. But Neil's bust was a different story. The detective seized about 8 pounds of marijuana, 23 grams of cocaine, 11 grams of ecstasy, 3 grams of hash oil, and 11,000 in cash from Neil, along with 3 books about massively successful drug rings. Books that I would assume he never touched. After the dust had settled from their arrest, the
He definitely runs
finally
himself.
had time to go through both the guys' cell phones, collecting a treasure trove of incriminating information from their text messages. They found communications about everything, from texts about meeting up with dealers, how much they were going to pay, all the different kinds of drugs they sold, and much more. Their cell phones revealed the entire scope of their business, and when April 21st, 2014 rolled around, it was finally time for them to face the music. On that spring afternoon, Timothy was the first to arrive at the courthouse in Ardmore, a mile east of Haverford High School. His partner showed up shortly after, looking much more pissed
This
off.
nigga covering his face and shit.
Timothy, Neil, and 9
Dumbass.
suspected sub-dealers, along with 2 juveniles, stood in front of the judge on counts much more severe than dealing pot. They were charged with manufacturing and delivering controlled substances, criminal conspiracy, and dealing in a corrupt organization, among other drug-related charges. And the community of Haverford was dumbfounded. The duo's parents were in no rush to talk to anyone, with both families slamming their front doors in the face of reporters as a clear sign. Some people in their lives, however,
White
were
niggas,
more
man.
open to speak. It's crushing to me. These guys are not
Wait,
too far removed from the pro.
Yo, while watching this video, I do not have no problems. I am not disrespecting white people when I say this. I apologize for calling y'all white niggas. I apologize. Because that could come off as insensitive, right?
Program, I feel
I
bad for the
apologize.
families. It's a sad day. It's the ultimate backstab. We couldn't have done more for this kid, and it was thrown back in our face. Buried at the core of this scandal, the Haverford school tried to remain quiet. They instructed staff to stay silent and would postpone interviews left, right, and center to avoid speaking up about the situation. But it seemed like they were saving their statement for the graduating class of 2014. I'll briefly just touch on the subject that's been the subject of more media than I could ever imagine. And I'll declare from this stage and from any pulpit that I can get that the Haverford School will not be defined by the bad decisions of a few people. We as a community, all the faculty, all the parents, all the students will not let that happen.
Yo, like, for anybody that's black, like, have y'all ever wondered how it would be to live life like this? Cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like these white niggas be having. I said it again, I apologize. I feel like white people be having it like easy as shit. Well, now when they got money, I'm not saying I'm not saying every white person got it easy as shit, but like I'm saying that like white people be having it somewhat easy. So when they live in this type of life, they go to a private school. They got a whole bunch of money. They be going on trips every single now and then. They probably love it. Like they generally probably love it.
We will fight to continue to earn our well-deserved, outstanding reputation as an extraordinary school with remarkable boys. The scandal that rocked Haverford wasn't just about drugs. It was about the stunning contrast between the privilege and promise of the duo and the choices they made. As one of Timothy's friends told the Washington Post, this is a huge story because of the prestige of the schools involved. It's the uniqueness of the perpetrators. You see, these weren't kids who just grew up on the streets with nothing to lose. These were kids from affluent families in affluent neighborhoods who were given.
One of the niggas was dumb and he liked weed. The other nigga he tore his ACL or some shit and now you wanna sell drugs. That's some dumb shit, nigga. Your family got money, you can do whatever, literally.
Given access to one of the best educations in the country, and that's what makes this story so interesting. Neil and Timothy had every advantage in life: supportive families, access to elite schooling, a head start most people would dream of. And yet, they threw it all away. Instead of leveraging their education to follow traditional paths to success, they chose to take a detour into drug dealing, believing they could build a Pablo Escobar-level drug ring. But it wasn't their ambition that led to their downfall. It was their profound miscalculation, thinking that they could blend their privileged upbringing with the reckless world of drug dealing, without realizing they were wholly unprepared for what they were getting into.
Yo, they weren't even doing this shit for a year, like, but they are slow. Alright, bro. Sleep well, bro. Sleep well. Oh.
The repercussions of their actions spoke to them. A little while later, in October of the same year, Timothy and Neil pled guilty to all of their charges, and their final court appearance later that month would be the day they finally got sentenced. But it ended up not being so bad for one of them. That day was a lot different than their initial appearance in April. While the scandal was still piping hot back then, it had cooled down a lot at this point, with barely any reporters covering the sentencing. What seemed to have taken their place was family. Timothy's family, to be exact, who were all there in support. And it wasn't just his father, mother, and brother. It was everyone in his life. His therapist, his boss, his Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor. Around 50 people came out to support and speak on behalf of the 19-year-old defendant. And their touching stories really resonated with the judge. Timothy was given a very light sentence for his crimes, only 9 to 23 months in county jail and 5 years probation. Unlike Neil, who had nowhere near the same support and received 5 to 15 years in state prison.
Damn.
Yet, Timothy finally didn't take his lucky situation for granted. While being in jail for 7.5 months, surrounded by more drug use than ever, he got completely sober by sticking with healthy habits like working, exercising, writing letters, and maintaining contact with his extensive support system. An impressive feat, considering he had been drinking and doing drugs since he was 14. Upon his release, he was accepted into a new college, a school called Cabrini, where he made the lacrosse team and even won a D3 national championship. After graduating in 2019, he founded Synergy Houses, 2 sober living homes for men, and regularly speaks about his story of dealing drugs and his path to sobriety to this day. Neil, on the other hand, is likely still serving his lengthy prison sentence, as there's been no info publicly released suggesting otherwise.
Flexibility is the ingredient.